Suyo. For thousands of years, humanity has been traumatized by a specific story. The story of a lone, supreme deity looking down at human cooperation and striking it down out of fear. We are told the Tower of Babel was an act of human arrogance, and that the fracturing of our languages was a divine curse, a permanent punishment to keep us divided, weak, and submissive. But the scribes who copied this story into the book of Genesis, they left behind a massive clue, a linguistic fingerprint they forgot to erase. Genesis chapter 11, verse 7, the Creator speaks, saying, "Come, let us go down there and confuse their language." Let us? Who is this committee? If the God of the Bible is the ultimate singular creator of the universe, then who is he talking to? Modern apologists love to call out their favorite defense mechanism here. They call it a majestic plural, the royal we. But let's drop a literal linguistic nuke on that defense. The majestic plural did not exist in ancient Hebrew grammar. When we look at the actual archaeology of the ancient Near East, every single royal inscription ever uncovered reads in the strict first person, singular. Kings did not say we. They said I, Cyrus, I, Nebuchadnezzar, I, Mesha. The royal we wasn't invented until the Byzantine Empire, millennia later. Applying it to the Genesis isn't translation. It's a desperate theological retcon. The grammar is plural because the source material is plural. And simultaneously, the religious institutions completely deny that any older original records ever inspired their scriptures to begin with. But if this is a lone supreme deity talking to himself in the plural, then the narrative presents a deity with a split personality disorder, a cosmic schizophrenia arguing with its own reflection. The truth isn't a psychological defect. It is a matter of archaeology. The Bible says they had come down from heaven, but what do the original source records actually say? Where are they coming down from? Centuries before Genesis was ever drafted, the story was already written in stone, quite literally. In a Sumerian epic known as Enmerkar and the Lord of Aratta. In these older tablets, we discover the blueprint of the Babel narrative, and it tells us exactly where they came down from. They weren't floating down from an abstract spiritual heaven. They were physical, flesh and blood rulers descending from their localized high-altitude mountain strongholds and step pyramids to manage their territory. The Mesopotamian world wasn't run by a lone deity. It was managed by a council, the Anunnaki. At the top of this council, there were two opposing forces whose names you still know today, just under different titles. Enlil, the Lord of Commands, the wrathful, jealous cosmic bureaucrat who demanded absolute order, and in the modern scriptures, his administrative title became Yahweh. And Enki, the Lord of Wisdom, the master geneticist who crafted our physical biology, the light bringer who handed humanity the keys to consciousness. In the church's inverted playbook, his title became Lucifer. The cuneiform tablets reveal that humanity originally praised Enlil, Yahweh, in a single uniform tongue. A total monocultural monopoly of worship. Humanity was a closed, compliant loop, trapped under a tyrant's rigid containment. But then Enki stepped in. The tablet records what is called the incantation of Nidimud. It explicitly states that Enki, not Yahweh, not Enlil, altered the speech in the mouths of mankind. He threw a wrench into the gears. He fractured the single language. Now look at the ultimate historical inversion. Because Enki broke the monopoly of a tyrannical deity, he was systematically rebranded. The control system took the being who engineered our survival and awarded him with the title of the ultimate demonic adversary. They painted the liberator as a monster to ensure your absolute submission to the warden. They took the warden's prison rules and called them holy, and they took the liberator's jailbreak and called it a sin. Enki didn't divide human speech to punish us. He divided human speech to break his brother's absolute control over our minds. He introduced horizontal diversity to smash a vertical tyranny. language variation was not a curse. It was an anti-monopoly software update designed to ensure our sovereignty. The control system has used the exact same playbook ever since. They take your natural, beautiful differences, your unique cultures, languages, and perspectives, and they tell you that those differences are proof that you are broken. They use them to make you fear the other. They want you looking vertically, begging a fearful, obsolete bureaucracy for permission to exist. But your spirit does not belong to the council, and it never belonged to the warden. When you look at the source code, the fear completely evaporates. You realize that horizontal unity makes the vertical hierarchy totally obsolete. The division we feel today is not a divine decree. It's just an old bureaucratic script that lost its power the moment we saw the blueprints. You are not a victim of a confused tongue. You are the product of a grand jailbreak. Turn up the volume and let the old structures shatter. And if you enjoyed watching this, want to explore any more reality co-creation or consciousness ascension, just hit me up, nogoodbreathing.com.